Hey everyone, welcome back to my Medieval Corner. This will be the first episode of many in my Pell Work series. In this video, I'm going to take you through the beginner's lessons for training. For instructional purposes, I will be using a sword and buckler. You can substitute the buckler for a heater or a punch shield. Let's dive right in. There's a lot to know before you throw your first strike. Which Pell you're using, and what you're training for. I've used a hanging log in the past, but for this video and all going forward, I'm using the hanging tire. It gives you great resistance and it won't damage your weapons. For this series, we're training for a basic timed duel. 1 minute round scored on landed blows. First, let's talk about quadrants. You have low, medium, and high. Legs, torso, and head. Then you have right and left sides. This will help your targeting. Before we start beating the crap out of this tire, let's go over swinging the sword. Get into a comfortable fighting stance, feet shoulder width apart and shoulder width back. Weapon at rest on your shoulder. Start with your shield foot forward. We will go over sword side next. Going forward, we will refer to this as your defensive and offensive stance. Using your back foot and hips, you're going to rotate towards your opponent, and if you do this correctly, you'll feel your shoulders, arms, and weapon follow. This is how you generate power. Once you've made contact, use the same amount of energy to return. Think of it as snapping forward and snapping back. Let's do this 5 times and we'll switch. For all you boxers out there, this should feel familiar. It's like throwing a cross with your hand turned up instead of down. With your sword foot forward, you're going to use your front foot and hip to rotate. You may feel your back foot want to turn, and that's perfectly fine. Whatever you have to do to stay balanced. Let's do our 5-swing warm-up. Again, if you have boxing experience, this is how you throw your jabs. This is meant to be the ultimate beginner's guide, so let's go over how we step while in stance. To move forward, we are going to lift our front foot and push off with our back foot. To move backward, lift your back foot and push off with your front. This is a great way to move in and out of range. To move left, lift your left and push with your right. Vice versa. To go right. With this segment, it really doesn't matter if you're in your defense or offense. The footwork remains the same. Move around and get comfortable with your stance and balance. Now we get to hit the Pell. Let's throw our most basic bread and butter shot, a flat snap to the top quadrant. Why is it called a flat snap? Because when you land your shot, you want your weapon to be completely flat, parallel with the ground. Let's do this strike 5 times from each stance. You can see I'm readjusting my feet, moving in and out and around. You want to stay on your toes and be dynamic. Your opponent isn't going to stand in the same spot for you. Go nice and easy. Slow is precise, and precise is deadly. Next up is called the offside. This will be striking the opposite side of the Pell. There are 2 kinds of offside shots. The first is a direct hit. Tilt your head and your body and let the sword fly straight over your head, much like a punch. Instead of striking with your fist, you land with the blade. This is great for hitting the face. It's fast and disrupting strike. Your hips and feet will be driving forward. Second is a crossover. Move your sword hand across your chest or face and whip the blade to your target. Your hips should move with the cross and snap back for the strike. Time for practice. Let's throw 5 offside from defensive and 5 crossovers from offensive. You can mix it up, either stance with the shots. It's not over yet. Before we do our 1-minute training, we're going to put the 2 shots together. Get in your preferred stance and throw 5. You can pick and choose which stance and which offside you want to throw. Don't be afraid to mix it up. You do not want to fall into a pattern. Many fighters will pick up on that pattern and exploit it. You can see when put together, it forms a figure 8. If landed, it can quickly rack up points. Since this is level 1, we're really not doing anything with the shield, but you want to keep it in a good defensive position. Alright, we have covered a lot already. Let's put it all together. 1-minute round, throw shots at your leisure. This is a free flow exercise. Don't forget to change up your stance and feel free to choose where you want to hit. Let's go. Well done! If you haven't seen my channel before, I have a tradition. At the end of each episode, I celebrate with a drink. Today's horn chug is pub beer by 10 Barrels Brewing Company. Skål. Thanks for watching. I hope this guide helped you in your training. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm already working on the intermediate and advanced level guides. If you followed this video for your own Pell work, or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. This is a journey in medieval combat that we can all share.